Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky and today I'm here to do a 12 by 12 layout. I did find this sketch. See this right here? It came up on Pinterest. You can find it on my Pinterest board. And I thought that was very interesting. So what I have here is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. This is not cardstock. It's just a piece of paper. So I'm trying to kind of draw out what the layout looks like a little bit. I'm going to end up cutting those pieces out of this paper and pasting them onto the pattern paper that I want to use. Words, man, they're hard. Yeah, so you can see right here I am numbering them, and then I am also going to be snapping a picture of it so I can just make sure I know how they're supposed to be laid out. See, here's where I was like, oops, I forgot to take a picture. There we go. Boom, bam. Okay, so now I know how they're supposed to be laid out. Now, the very first piece I do, I outline it, because you can do that if you're more comfortable with that. So I'm just showing you that, you can outline that piece of paper. But the second piece that I do, I actually will end up pasting onto the paper that I want to use. Here's number one. This is the one I'm going to outline. So if you find the piece of paper in the area you want, you can just put it with the number side up and outline it, and then go ahead and cut it out. For me, because these are just straight lines, I do use my trimmer for this, and it worked out, really good actually, using my trimmer for it. So that's what I do with piece number one. And then I will have a little bit of lines that I didn't quite cut exactly right, so I just gonna have to erase them like that. And then for piece number two, and actually the rest of the pieces, what I'm going to do is I am going to find, here I'm just like, I thought I would stitch through those, so I just put a little bit of adhesive on it. I don't end up stitching through it. I will end up gluing that down better here in a little bit. But then the next time I find the piece of paper I want, which I want to use this bow paper, right? So I'm going to take number two and I'm going to glue it on the back side of the paper I want to use. And I was making sure that the bows were going in the right way, which they are. So now I'm just going to go ahead and trim this out using that paper on there as well. That paper is just going to stay on there when I go ahead and put it down the page. So there are, and these aren't even the only two ways that you can do this. You can do this several different ways, but I do have an electronic die cutter. You could have done it that way, which I didn't choose to pull out. But yes, you can do this several different ways. This is the way, the second way is the way that I find is easiest for me. Now, I did not like this border around the edge. I do decide that I want to have a border going around it. So I'm just going to trim off that. I just didn't like the way it looked. And even after I pull this off of here, I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the white gutters in there. I don't know. I just don't like it. I do decide to use the same piece of paper as I used for one of the triangle pieces, and that was fine. It worked out pretty good. But when I saw the white gutters in this, I don't know, guys. What I end up doing is taking a ton of crochet thread, and I just layer it all along every bit of that white part. It's really nice. It gives it a little bit of a texture and it stands up. You can see I am using the art glitter glue for that. It does stick really nicely, and everything is nice going along those gutters. So the gutters aren't inset flat white, they're more up, and it's with the crochet thread. I think it looks really cool in the end. I'll do a close-up here in a minute. It did take me quite some time to do this. I know here recently I've been doing a lot more simpler layouts, so this was kind of fun to get me to do something that was a little bit out of the normal for me as of late. So here I am going to go ahead and stick this last piece down. I will, on the back of that, I am going to be using some double-sided tape to stick it down, because I need double-sided tape anyways, right? Because I am going to put it on the background. So I am using double-sided tape, you can see right there, just to hold down all those threads. Now, even though I don't have foam tape on the back here, when I finish all of this and put it down, it does pop up off the page a little bit because of all that thread on the back. So it looks pretty cool. Here's what it looks like. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I like it way better than just the plain white. That plain white was just like, no, it didn't look right. So yeah, this is how I decided to go, to interpret this sketch. As you can see when it's laid out, even the colors on this sketch are pretty much the same as what I used. And that's okay. That wasn't intentional, but that's just what I had out to play with and that I wanted to play with. So yeah, I did use a lot of the double-sided tape, the Suk Wang tape. It's pretty sturdy. I really like this. I was concerned with the weight of the crochet thread. I wanted to make sure that the page stuck down onto that background, which it is sticking down very nicely. So yeah, that's why I did not use my ATG gun on the back of here. I just wanted to make sure it was nice and tight and stuck. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to eyeball it and stick it down. I know that's so funny. You spend all this time doing this crochet thread and then you eyeball it. Really? Yes, I do. So these thickers right here, they're called Together thickers, and I'm just going to call this Bye Guys. The photos I'm going to be using, one of them is Riley walking away, and one of them is a little photo of her blowing kisses, and she has Mama's keys in her hands, and she's like saying bye. And so I thought it was funny because every time I sign out of a video, I'm always like, bye guys. And that's what I say in real life too. Like when I leave work, I'll be like, bye guys, see you tomorrow. That's just what I say. So I just put bye guys down here as a title. I thought it was adorable. So I am going to be popping this up on foam tape. I don't really have a choice because that crochet thread, it does sit up a little bit. So I am, using the foam tape. Actually, I use it on both of the photos. So you can see the one with her walking away and you can see the one with her blowing a kiss. Now for my embellishments, most of my embellishments are fussy cut flowers. They are from a collection from Close to My Heart called Celebrate Today. This is my favorite paper from that specific collection. Even the other side is gorgeous. It's like a really nice pink watercolory splotted paper. I do believe this is still in the shop if you want to check out my link down below. It's Celebrate Today. The flowers on here are super easy to fussy cut, and so are the leaves. So that is what I use here. I am going to be putting some of them flat, and on some of them I'm going to be popping up on foam tape. Now you can see this one I put up on the photo, so part of it is going to have some foam underneath it. Otherwise it would sag down. I don't know if I've done that yet, but I will. This big pink flower right here is going to be the one in this cluster on foam tape, and the one in the top cluster on foam tape is also the big pink one. So those two pink flowers are pretty much the same, so they match pretty good. I don't do a whole lot of embellishments on here other than just these flowers and the leaves. They are so cute. I just really love how this came out. This collection also did have a stamp set that went with it, which I do have, but I did not get out to stamp any when I did this layout. It was just kind of a spur, right? And I was going through stuff and I found this paper and I said, I love this paper. And so all the papers actually that I used on here are all Close to My Heart papers. From different collections. I believe that plaid one is also from the Celebrate Today, but the bow might be from something else, or maybe it's the dot one that's from something else. I don't recall. I do think it's still available if you want to hop over there and pick it up though. So I do pull out some of the black and white dots from Close to My Heart. Also, I don't use any of the black. I might have should have because the title is in black, but I don't know. I didn't want to. I wanted it to look a lot more simple and clean. So I mean, I have all that crochet thread on there and that kind of steals the show, other than her sweet little pictures with her keys saying, blowing you a kiss. Mwah. Bye guys. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please check my links down below and I will see you next time. Bye guys.